Leave what's foolish in the sand. Redemption for his plan. It's time to be a man. Be a man.
Man, when it comes to our eyes, I've talked to a lot of guys who are addicted to pornography, and I can identify because when I was 10 years old was the first time that I saw pornography, and from that point on, my addiction grew stronger and stronger. I mean, I would have guys who would hold me accountable. I had internet filters on my computer, I had accountability software, various things to try to get free from the sin, but I just couldn't. And looking back on it, I was never willing to be completely transparent with the reality of my sin. I was 22 years old, off and on struggling with this sin. And I remember reaching a point where I hit rock bottom. It was a Saturday night, I was on staff with the church, and the next morning I came in and I was supposed to preach a sermon knowing what I had done the night before, that I had once again looked at pornography. And up in front of those kids trying to preach, I just felt like a hypocrite. I felt like just full of shame and just full of guilt, and like I would never get free from this thing. And it was in that point that I cried out to God. And God revealed to me that I needed to completely surrender. And so for me, in that place, I think it was in my room as a 22-year-old, I just asked God, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get free from this. I need you to remove this from me. And God put it on my heart to talk to a few people and to really be transparent and confess my sin. And it wasn't anything mystical or magical about talking to those people, but for me, it represented completely surrendering. And at that point, God completely delivered me, and it's been about 7 years since then. You know, in Psalm chapter 27, verse 4, David, the king of Israel, was writing about his love for God, and he said, "One thing I ask, that will I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze upon the beauty of the Lord and to inquire in his temple." When we hear that word beauty, we often think of something feminine, like a woman is beautiful or a rose is beautiful. But the beauty of God is so captivating, it's so majestic, it's so masculine. It's the only thing that can captivate our eyes. And when we, like David, gaze at the beauty of God, when we spend time with God and take in just how powerful, how majestic, how beautiful he really is, that's when our lives are transformed. Jesus put it like this in Matthew chapter 5, verse 8. He said, "Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God." A lot of guys ask me, well, can I watch this? Is it okay to look at that? This is the question I would ask. Is what you're seeing allowing you to see more of God? If you're pure in heart, if you're devoted to God and surrendered to him and thinking through that lens, you're gonna see more of God. And that's greater than anything you could ever look. That's greater, more majestic, more powerful than anything that this world has to offer. And so, men, I ask you, what are you looking at? Are you beholding the beauty of God? Are you willing to take in the beauty of God? Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Be a man.